Hi, my name is Natielle and today's tutorial is this dog keychain. It's really tiny. Look at his tail. So I have other keychains that I made here and on the channel. So there's this Baymax and this tiny little seal. I'm gonna link it down on the description the playlist for the keychains, all the keychains that I made. And for this video, we are going to use the same pattern as Baymax. The body is exactly the same. The size is different here because I made it with different yarns. On the video, I'm gonna use the same yarn that I use in here, and needle. This one I use a 2.5 needle, and this I use a 3 needle. So the sizes are a little bit different, but the pattern is exactly the same for the body. What I do differently is the placement of the eyes. On Baymax, we place the eyes between rounds 15 and 16, and we leave 5 single crochets between the eyes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the dog, we place the eyes between the rounds 16 and 17, and we only leave 4 stitches between them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna link it down below the pattern for Baymax because I'm not gonna show it again since I already did it. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna click down on the link and then do the whole body exactly the same as Baymax. The only difference is the placement of the eyes. So you can do it and place the eyes between rounds 16 and 17 and leave 4 single crochets between them. Or you can make it up to round 19 and then I show you how to place the eyes. And then on this video I'm going to show how and where to place the eyes, the ears, the nose and the tail. So let's get started. So I have here the body made exactly like Baymax up to round number 19. On round number 19, I already cut my yarn here. I leave it a long tail for the last round, round number 20, and then to finish off. So here we stop on round 19, which is 1 single crochet, 1 decrease 6 times, and by the end of this round we have 12 stitches. Now we're gonna place the eyes. Like I said, the only difference in the body of the dog is where we place the eyes. So I'm gonna place the safety eyes between rounds 17 and 16. So here we are at round number 19. So now 19, 18, 17 and 16. So between these 2 rounds we're gonna place our eyes. I'm gonna place 1 here and then count 4 stitches between them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here on the 5th should be the second one. So I do that and then I checked if they are aligned. I think they are. So now what we're gonna do is the nose part. So we're gonna take our needle. Like I said, this one I made with a different needle. This one I made with 2.5 needle and another yarn, and this one I'm using a 3 millimeters needle. So now what we're going to do is the nose. For the nose, we're going to do a magic ring and then 6 single crochets on the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 single crochet. Now we can pull here, and then for round number 2 of the nose, we are gonna make 6 increases. Oops. 6 increases, which means 2 single crochets together in each stitch. So 1, that's on my marker here. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet on the same stitch, so that's the first increase. 1 and 2, second increase, increase number 3, 4, 5, and 6. So by the end of round number 2 of the nose, we have 12 stitches. And now for round number 3, we're going to do 12 single crochets, which means we are not going to do any increases or decreases, just 12 stitches here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 12 single crochets. And now we have the nose. We're gonna sew it right here. And here we are going to place one of those. What I do is, here's the middle of the magic ring. I put on 1 stitch above, on the round above. Oops, it's upside down, so now, there you go. That's where it's gonna be a nose. So I'm gonna put the safety locks now and fill the head. So now I already placed the safety locks and stuffed the head. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave a long tail here so we can sew the nose on the face. And we are going to finish the head. We stopped here on round 19 with 12 single crochets, 12 stitches. So now we're gonna do round number 20, which is 6 decreases to close the head. Since we've already placed the safety eyes and stuffed the head, we can close it up. 6 decreases for round number 20. Oops. One more. Now I'm gonna take a tapestry needle. I'm gonna put a little bit more stuffing on the head so it gets a bit more filled. And now what we're gonna do is gonna close. We're gonna take a tapestry needle, then take 2 loops at a time, just the front loops, and pull through the yarn. If you're gonna do it as a keychain, you can now sew the keychain thing, but I am not, so I'm gonna finish off by doing a loop here and then pulling through my yarn, going with here and then losing it in the body. But if you're gonna make it as a keychain, you can use this piece of yarn to sew the keychain part. Now what we're gonna do is the ears and the tail. We already did the nose and cut the yarn. We are going to sew it later on the face, like that. So now I'm gonna take a brown yarn. You can make it in the color that you want. I like it brown and white, but you can make it like a darker pink and a light pink, like any color you think it's gonna be nice. So now I'm going to do the tail. It's really simple. What we're gonna do is we're gonna chain 5. We're gonna chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna come back doing 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4 single crochets. So now we leave it a bit of yarn and pull through. There's our tail. We're gonna sew it, and now we're gonna do the ears. So for the ears, we take the brown yarn and then we make a magic ring, and we do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We pull. So for the second round, for the second round in the ear, we're gonna do 6 increases. So 2 single crochets together on the same stitch 6 times. I made 1 here, so 1 more, 2, 1 increase, 1, 2 single crochet together. That's increase number 2, increase number 3, number 4, 5, and 6. So now for round number 3 and number 4 for the ear, we're gonna do 12 stitches. On round number 2, we did 6 increases, so by the end of it we have 12 stitches. So for round number 3 and 4, what we're gonna do is single crochets only, 12 stitches, 12 single crochets, 2 times, 2 rounds. I'm gonna make mine and then I get back to you. So I finish here my 2 rounds of 12 single crochets. Now for the last round, round number 5 of the ear, we're gonna do 6 decreases. So we take the front loops and then we make 1 decrease, 2 decreases, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Decreases. So now we finished the ear. We're gonna leave it a tail so we can sew it on the head. And then we're gonna make a second ear that is exactly like this. And then I'm gonna make mine and then I come back to show you how to sew everything together. So I finish here my second ear, and now what we're gonna do is sew everything together. We're gonna start by the tail. That is the easier one. So now we come here, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So between rounds 4 and 5, we're gonna place the tail. So I'm not gonna even sew it because it's really light. So we just take a piece of yarn, pass through it, and now we're gonna tie a knot here on the corner. Let me put this here. So 1 pretty tight, and then 2 knots, and the tail is secure. So what we're gonna do now is just pass through the yarn. We take a tapestry needle and then we hide the ends inside the amigurumi. So now the other one. It's really simple because it's a really light part, so there's no need of much sewing. Just have to turn it so the tip is perky. Now I'm gonna cut the ends, and then we're gonna do now the nose. So the tail is here. Now we're gonna sew the nose. This is a really big, long tip, so I'm gonna place on the amigurumi like that. It's gonna pierce through a little bit. So we position right below the eyes, and then we're gonna sew. Position so the nose is well positioned. I'm gonna lose this end first because otherwise it's gonna bother me while I do the sewing. So I just pull through here so it gets out of my way. Now I can put it back. So now I'm gonna sew by doing this. We go through the head and then we come here. We take both loops and then pull. Now through the head. Next 2 loops. Then repeat. If you prefer, you can put some pins to place it. Since I stick the end of the nose, I think it's pretty secure. So just hold it like that so it doesn't move. Now we go and pull through. Oops. I like to pull through these loops, and then the 2 loops, pull. It's really simple actually. Oops. So now here that we am almost at the end, I'm gonna stuff it a tiny bit before we finish closing. So you see, there is a space. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of stuffing, make a tiny ball, and then put it there. Just a tiny bit, just so it pops a tiny bit. So now we finish sewing. Go back here and finish closing up. We're almost there. Oops. Last stitch. Now it's secure here. The yarn. We secure the yarn. By doing a stitch. I make a loop and then come through. And then lose the tip on the amigurumi. Then I'm gonna cut these ends. Then it's gonna hide. So there we have it. There's the nose sewed in. And now what we're gonna do is place the ears. So we start the neck on round 11. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So between rounds, this is in the eyes, we place between round 16 and 17. So on the round above it, 18 and 19, we're gonna sew the ear. You see, here's the eye, the round above. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold our ear like that. I'm gonna pass this through here, just to get out of the way. Now what we're gonna do is take the tapestry needle, and then we come on the round above the eye. This is where the eye is. So on this round we are going to sew the ear. We have to pass through all the loops, the front and the back. So go back there, pull through, now back and oh, it's tight. Back and front. Now we go back to the head. Next one, we take both loops and then we pass through the head. Now the last stitch here. You see the front and the back, and now here. So I'm gonna secure the yarn on the ear because this where it is brown. So I'm gonna come here, make a loop and pull through it. Now I'm gonna lose the yarn through the ear, and then I'm going to sew the second ear exactly like I did this one, on the same place, on the same round. You see, this is the eye, so here is where it's gonna be the ear. So I'm gonna sew my next ear and I get back to you. So there you go, I finished sewing everything. Look at the tail. And here it is, a little dog. You can make it as a keychain as we did, but you see, I made it with different needles and it's in different sizes. You can make it bigger if you want to use a different kind of yarn and a bigger needle, like 4 millimeters, so it can be like a little stuffed animal and not just a keychain. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm starting. I started recently, so if you like my content, it will help me a lot if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye.